Ayo, what is up, everybody? My name is Chandler Molyneux. Welcome into the Act First show, where we make sales simple for online coaches. And funny enough, that is literally our topic today. We're going to be talking about how to make selling simple. And there's really two main reasons why I'm motivated to make this piece of content. Number one, I think a lot of online coaches hate sales, and we'll dig into that in just a second. But number two, I've been a student of a lot of sales coaching companies. I've taken thousands and thousands of sales calls. I've done over 8 figures in online coaching sales by the age of 28. And truthfully, I think a lot of the sales experts, a lot of the sales mentors that are out there make it way too complex, more complex than it needs to be. And when I think about why would they do that, I really just think it's because they want to sound smart. I think they want to stroke their ego. They want to use all the fancy sales terminology, sales lingo, and they just want to sound smart. And like I said, I've taken thousands of sales calls. I've done over 8 figures in online coaching sales, and I'm not somebody who really uses the lingo and all that crap. All right. So my main goal, my main purpose of creating this video is to make selling simple for you, the online coach. All right. In order for us to do that, I think we need to understand why we don't like sales, or just address why we don't like sales. I think the first reason why a lot of online coaches don't like sales is they think it's scammy, or they think that they're being salesy, right? These are kind of the terminologies that they use. And I want to say this first, and then I'll get into my point. If your heart posture is in the right place, and I'm going to explain what that means, but heart posture in the right place, then you don't have to worry about being salesy. So what does it mean to have your heart posture in the right place as a coach? It means the obvious, which is that you want to truly help the other person on the other side. You believe in your program. You've created a good program. You didn't just create some shitty little program. You created a really good program, and you believe that you can genuinely help the person on the other end of the phone. If you don't think you can help them, then the right thing to do, acting in truth, is to tell them that you can't help them. But if you if you try to sell somebody you can't help, then yes, you are being a shitbag, and you are being someone who is salesy and in fact scammy. But if you genuinely think, hey, I can help this person, I understand their problems, I understand their challenges, I understand their goals, I could genuinely help this person, then you are not being salesy. Now, the money component comes into this, right? And a lot of people, I think, falsely believe that if they desire money, that they're being salesy. If they desire money, that they're being scammy, that their heart posture can only be there to serve. And that's true. Your heart posture should lead with service. But if you desire money, like every single human on this fucking earth, there is nothing wrong with you. The issue is the void of service. If you believe you can help somebody, know you have a good product, you want to help them, and you want money, there's no issue with that. If you just want money, then there's an issue with that. All right. So I just want to lay that out there, because I do think that that's a big holdup for people. They think the desire for money is bad. It literally says it in the Bible, right? I'm on my walk with God journey right now. I've read multiple passages where it talks about having money as not a bad thing if you are using money for good and you are getting your money in a good way. So with all that being said, let me get into my actual point here. Okay, so like I said, they think they're salesy. They think sales is salesy, but I want to have a perspective change for you. Sales is actually step 1 in the coaching process. All right, so take money off the table. Let's just look at a sales conversation. Okay, so take selling off the table. Take there's going to be an exchange of money. Take that off the table here for a second. All right, the whole entire conversation of sales is understanding where is somebody at, what is their current state, and then what is their desired state. Okay, and really truly understanding what is holding them back from getting from their current state to their desired state. A lot of times, it is what is between the ears. It is the negative beliefs that they have, the imposter syndrome they have, the fear they have, the doubt they have, that is holding them back from taking that first step, right? Because these individuals that have a goal, they have a current state, they have a desired state, they have not found a way to accomplish that on their own. So there is something getting in the way, right? And And as salespeople or leaders or coaches, we need to identify what that is. And then we need to help them commit to the process of reaching that goal, right? And the only thing now, so now you understand the sales conversation without money. When you introduce money into it, money is just the commitment. Money is just saying, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to commit to this process by putting X amount of dollars down. That's what the money part is. So with all that in mind, the sales call is really the first step in the coaching process, because in order for somebody to commit to a goal, they have to first overcome their negative mindset beliefs, change them with new positive beliefs, and then commit to the process and say, I'm going to accomplish this goal. I am committing to this goal. So sales, or the sales call, in my opinion, is really just step one in the coaching process. And when you view it that way, it doesn't feel salesy at all, right? You're going, oh, I am going to work with this person. In order for me to work with this person, I need to get them to commit to the goal, and I probably need to help them overcome their negative beliefs and change them with newfound positive beliefs. So, step one of coaching is the sales call. Gotta lead with that perspective. Okay, the second reason that you hate sales is you're not good at it. Let's just be honest, right? We don't like to do things that we are not good at, right? If you are not good at basketball, you're probably not going to crave playing basketball. If you are not good at math, you probably didn't like math in school. We like to do things that we are good at. So if you are not good at selling, you probably are not going to like to take sales calls. Well, now we have to look a layer deeper. Why are you not good at selling? There's really only two reasons why you're not good at selling. One, you don't practice it, which is probably 95% of you listening. Now, the other reason that I think that you are not good at selling is because you think it's very complex, because the sales experts, the sales mentors that are out there are making it very complex, right? They're making it very complex. And the reason that they do that, once again, I think, is to stroke their ego. Okay, so we have a good foundation for this video, right? We have a good foundational understanding of why you don't like sales. Well, I hope, one, that if you view it as step one in the coaching process, that you will start to view it differently and you actually will start to like sales if you view it as step one of the coaching process and not as a sales call. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk about today is I want to make selling simple for you, and hopefully this helps you like sales as well. Okay, so I call this the Act First 3-step plan. All right, so Act First being our show, Act First being my company, and then the 3-step plan. All right, so this 3-step plan is how you actually master and get good at sales. All right, so let's do it. So step number one, master self-leadership. Self-leadership is your own discipline. Self-leadership is what's between the ears. It's your mindset. It's how you handle and control yourself. It's how you lead yourself throughout your life. All right, I believe that sales, probably 80% of sales, is your self-belief, right? There is not many people talk about this, but on a sales call, there is an energetic exchange, right? There is an exchange of belief, and whoever believes in their stance more is going to win that interaction. If they believe that they cannot accomplish this goal for XYZ reason, and you believe they can accomplish this goal for XYZ reason, whoever believes in their stance more is going to win. The best analogy I can give is you have a mother and a daughter. They walk into a candy store. The kid wants a lollipop. The mom does not want the kid to have the lollipop. Whoever believes in their stance more is going to win that interaction. There is an energetic exchange that is going on there. All right, well, the same thing is true for a sales call. There is an energetic exchange going on here. So if that's the case, we need to dramatically increase our own self-belief by improving our own self-leadership. All right, that's how so belief is extremely important. How do we increase belief? We increase belief by increasing our own self-leadership. Well, okay, Chad, how do I increase my own self-leadership? Having a personal development routine. This is what we teach our students in the Act First Closing Academy. This is what I personally do, not only to get better at life, but also to get better at sales, is you have to have a personal development routine. Now, I have a whole entire training on this. I'm going to try to make it simple for you. All right, so I do my personal development routine 5 out of 7 days a week. So I don't do it every single day. I do give myself a break, but I do it 5 out of 7 days a week. All right, my personal development routine hits all the important buckets in my life. So I have 4 important buckets in my life. I have my relationship bucket. I have my fitness bucket. I have my mindset bucket. I have my personal I have my spiritual bucket, and then I have my mindset / personal development bucket. So those are my 4 buckets: health and fitness, relationships, spirituality, and then mindset / personal development. Okay. Now I have specific tasks that I do 5 out of the 7 days a week in order to complete my personal development routine. All right. Just to save time in the video, I'm not going to go through all of those. I'll just kind of go through them quickly. Reading is a component of that. Reading the Bible, praying, meditating, visualizing, spending time with my wife, going to the gym, right? All the things that you would think about when I mention those categories of things, right? Spirituality, relationships, fitness, and personal development and mindset. Okay. If you are going to go and create your own personal development routine, I would pick the 4 buckets, and then I would pick, just to keep it simple, 1 activity per bucket. And I would do that 5 out of the 7 days in a week. And that would complete your personal development routine. And what you're going to find is, as you're holding yourself accountable, as you are getting disciplined, as you refine and get better at your personal development routine, you're going to increase your self-leadership. And when your self-leadership increases, your confidence increases, your self-belief increases. So when you pop up on these sales calls, you are going to come across and exude self-belief. That self-belief is contagious to the other person who's on the call who does not have a high self-belief. And that is the reason why they haven't committed to their goal. But your contagious self-belief energy will rub off on them and get them to believe that they can do this as well. Wow. Okay. I feel like I explained that really well. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I feel like I explained that really well. That's step 1. That's the foundation of sales. Not a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people spend a lot of time in the 20%. Like I said, increasing your self-belief is 80%. The 20% is what we're going to get into now. All right, step 2, train every working day. So if you work 5 out of 7 days a week, you should be training sales 5 out of 7 days a week. Now, here's the kicker. You do not need to spend hours and hours of training sales. 20 minutes a day is all you need. And in fact, there is studies out there that say that shorter, more frequent bursts of training improves your skill set better than longer bouts of training with less frequent time. Frequent, short training is better than infrequent, long training. Okay? So with that being said, what exactly should you be training? Repetition, repetition, repetition. What should you be repping? You can rep objection handling. You can rep your presentation. You can rep discovery section. You can rep specific questions in the discovery section, specific sections of the presentation. You can rep literally anything on a sales script. You can rep it. All right. And you should be repping it. All right. I would say 3 reps. If you're doing 20 minutes a day, 3 reps is all you need. 1, 2, 3, 3 reps. Okay. I would highly suggest getting a partner for this. This could be one of your coworkers. This could be your spouse. This could be, if you don't have anything, it could be with yourself. And yes, you can rep with yourself. Okay. Now, the other things that you could be training, reviewing your own sales calls or reviewing other people's sales calls is a great way to, it's just like in sports when we watch game film, right? It gives you a different perspective. When you watch back your own calls, it gives you a different perspective. When you watch other people's calls, it gives you a different perspective. Now, the last thing you could do is learn, right? You can spend time in courses. You can spend time reading sales content, right? And widen the knowledge gap that you have in sales. Because when you learn different ways of handling objections, different ways to asking questions, then guess what? You can rep that as well, right? So we have reps, review, learning. Reps, review, learning. That's step number 2. Train every working day, 20 minutes. So if you work 5 times a week, 20 minutes, 5 times a week. That's all you need to do. All right. Step number 3, review and adjust. Okay. This was kind of baked in to step number 2, but I'm going to make this its own step. You should be reviewing your own sales calls. I know that's uncomfortable. I know we don't like watching ourselves back. I know we don't like the sound of our voice, but I promise you, if you watch back your own sales calls, you're going to get a completely different perspective, and you're going to be able to see it from that perspective, but also adjust your process. Should have asked this question there. I should have, used this tonality there. I was speaking a little too fast here, right? You'll be able to see these things from that different lens and then be able to adjust for your next call. That's it, y'all. That's it. If I can make sales the simplest way for you to get good at it, I would spend 80% of my time increasing my self-belief. I'd spend 20% of my time training and reviewing, and that would be my 3-step process, not only to get myself amazing at sales, because this is basically what I've done, but this is also the same process that I've used for my tons and tons of sales reps that I've had in my previous companies, and the ways that I've made my clients better at sales as well. Hopefully this allows you to take a deep breath. Hopefully this shows you that selling not only could be fun, but it also could be simple and easy as well. If you enjoyed this video, you want more content like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, give a little thumbs up. That's the best way that you could pay me back. I'm not asking for anything in return, but any way we can get this content in more people's hands, boost it in the algorithm, the thumbs up, the commenting, the subscribing, it all pays dividends. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.